All right. Feels like I'm on the casting couch. Ugh. Hey everyone, I am Max Aaron James. Erin spelled E-R-I-N. Remember that? We really breezed through 2021 like it was nothing. Feels like 2020, more things happened even with the lockdown than in 2021. I remember more in 2020 than I remember in 2021. Feels like 2021 we skipped a few steps. Anyway, I want to share biggest challenges I had this year as we're going into 2022. Hopefully I don't have to face, I'm hoping and I believe that I've gotten over these challenges, and but I'm hoping, I'm able to get new challenges that will make me, smarter, healthier, stronger in some ways. First major challenge that I had, first one that stands out is actually learning about myself, like really learning about myself enough to assess my situation and figure out what goals are actually important and what it is I really want to pursue in life and what I want to get out of life. So often we tend to have all these goals. Right? There's so much that we want to accomplish and achieve, but we don't categorize them as far as importance. We try to do all these things at once, and it can become overwhelming to where we end up doing nothing at all, or we do very little for each thing to the point where we feel that we've accomplished nothing and we give up, or we feel discouraged, or we put some goals in the back burner and think, I don't have time. When the time is right, I'll get to it later. Right now I have to focus on this. This was something very important because I was starting a whole new chapter in life. Separating from the military after serving 6 years, 10 months, which is most of my 20s, right? Joined when I was 20, now I'm 27, and I'm pursuing a different career path, I'm gonna have to acquire new skills, new knowledge, new information. Initially moved to a state that I never been to, no family there, started a whole new job, and now I'm pursuing a whole different career path where I have to start from scratch. Something I had faced that I didn't think I would have to face, but it's learning how to start fresh, like actually start brand new. I really had to start from scratch, and we tend to ignore, or we tend to expect life to be easier just because of prior experience or prior knowledge. Even if we're going into a whole different space, we assume that, hey, this is what I've accomplished, so I shouldn't start at the bottom with other people who are starting there, right? And even though I understood that, I still kind of started off with, look what I've done, or look what I know, and I know what I'm doing. But, even if I do, I have to show it first and have to, get the baby steps before I really push forward into any career path that I want to take, especially since it's completely different than what I've done in the past. Another challenge I was facing was ridding of behaviors and habits that I knew I had, but was having difficulty actually changing them. One of them includes setting boundaries. Another is this unhealthy attachment to romantic partners, and not being consistent with taking care of myself. I would be on a good run, not actual run, but a good run as far as physical health, meditating, going to the gym, eating right, reading, and then I'd fall off, and then I get back into it, but then fall off again. When it came to romantic partners, it wasn't necessarily an exclusive relationship, but as I was dating, I'd allow myself to continue this association with people that wouldn't providing anything that would allow me to grow. And I probably wasn't offering the same because we weren't really clicking, but I would continue in this, believing that maybe it can develop into something. And when it didn't, and then we just continue this back and forth. That was very unhealthy. There are other challenges I faced, as I'm sure other people have, that are appear minor. I'm not going to say they're not important, but maybe are not as big as others. And one of them includes, recognizing certain behaviors or certain habits or certain things with family. And I'm sure that's a common thing during the holidays for the people that spend time with more family members. When we get comfortable, I would say too comfortable, we tend to ignore certain behaviors and habits of characters that are around us a lot of the time, whether it's roommates, romantic partners, friends, family, especially when they're in those categories. A lot of times we ignore it because we are comfortable in where we're at, and we fear that it'll harm the relationship if we don't set boundaries, if we don't address certain behaviors that are hurting us or badly influencing us, or we see that could potentially be harming them. Sometimes we wonder why change, because we're fine with how our life situation now, so why bring up these behaviors? Why change ourselves at times? And that's where complacency comes in. Complacency is not the same as comfortability. Yeah, this video is pretty short. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care of each other, take care of yourself, and remember, potential has no limit.